I don't want to be happy. And I don't mean that out of a depressed sense of like, oh, I just don't deserve it. I mean it from a place of a long-term emotion. My goal in life is not to be happy. It never really has been. And I find that odd. I find that sentiment about myself to be very odd. I've been miserable most of my life. I've gotten bullied throughout school. I really didn't have close friends. I was a closeted trans woman my entire life. I didn't even know I was a woman because I couldn't admit it to myself. Up until 6 months ago, I was miserable for majority of the time. Yet with all of that, the only thing I wanted back then was to be happy, to be liked, to have friends, all of these things. And now I have those things. Except one thing, I'm not happy all the time. I have friends. I feel like I'm well liked by the people around me. Y'all like me. Y'all think I'm funny. There's people here on the internet who believe me absolutely wholeheartedly, more so than people do in my actual life sometimes. I've got a lot of the things I wanted as a child. I can live and be comfortable with myself. I'm happy. I have friends. I have good relationships. I have good support systems. Yet the one thing I've never found myself wanting, even now, is to be happy long term. Because to me, happiness is not sustainable. In fact, I don't know if this is a projection on my end, but when people say that they're happy in a long-term sense, I think that they're lying. Because to me, happiness is an extreme. It is one of the high ends of the spectrum, while sadness and misery is in the bottom. But there's the middle. There's that gray area in between where there's a different range of emotions. And the one that I strive for is to be content. I want to be content in my life because that feels more sustainable to me. Now, obviously, I want my peaks to be high and my valleys to be not as low. I don't like to suffer, but I do feel like to some degree it does benefit me. And I don't think I should run from the fact that I'm going to suffer at some points in my life. I shouldn't spend the moments where I'm enjoying myself worrying about the moments in that which I will feel pain, I will suffer, I will not feel comfortable. Because let's face it, I'm a trans woman. There's gonna be bad moments. Like it's gonna happen. I'm also a fucking human being. Like this shit's not fucking rainbows and sunshine all the time. But the reason I'm talking about this, reason I'm even talking about this, reason this stands out to me is because I feel like a lot of people strive towards happiness. That's their end goal. That's their end goal. They want to grow up. They want to be happy. They want to work towards permanent happiness, which I don't feel like is possible ever, because happiness to me is an extreme. Now, this is my experience, obviously. And also, am I qualified to give life advice? Am I qualified to do this and that? I don't know. Am I a philosopher? I don't know. I think you have to be one of the most arrogant people alive to be a philosopher, to think that your opinion has some validity, but I don't give a fuck if my opinion has validity. I just say shit online sometimes. I don't know. This video is more open-ended. I don't necessarily want to make content all the time where I'm presenting an idea and I'm like, this is the way it is. You agree or you don't. Am I the first YouTuber to ever do this? To not be egotistical and say my opinion's the only correct one? Am I the first person in commentary to do something like this? I could be. But also real quick, I know I don't do this a whole lot in video form. I just want to say thank you all for all the support recently. It means a lot. We're getting to 1 million soon. Trust. Enjoy your night. Bye-bye.